So you're in Baltimore. I feel like we've lost the second question of this. You know, everybody's together but apart right now. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been very strange. The only time I see any of the pitchers is out on the field stretching on the left field line, and all of us are on the right field line. So we all just kind of wave to each other and say our hellos from across the field. It's definitely weird not having them in the same locker room as us because they're in the visiting locker room, but we're making the most out of it. We're all having a good time. We're still smiling through the mask, so it's been fun to be back for sure.
How has that been? I think that's everybody's favorite sentiment is I don't know why I smiled in this photo because I have a mask on anyways, but to work out in those and to kind of change, I mean, the overall way that you guys are functioning right now.
Yeah, it's very hard to work out with a mask on. Can't breathe through it. It's definitely tough, but I think we're all getting used to it pretty quickly. Anytime we go in the cafeteria, we have to put gloves on, make sure we have a mask on. Basically anywhere in the building, everybody's got masks, the cages. So we feel very safe, but we're definitely just being very, very proactive and making sure we're following all the protocols and all the steps that have been put in place.
Is there anybody in particular that you were just so excited to see and it's killing you more than anyone else on that team that you can't just go and give a big bear hug to right now or a high five?
Yeah, Chandler Shepard and I got pretty close last year in AAA. Like I said, the pitchers and position players are split up right now, so I haven't really gotten to see him. But he's one of my good buddies. So I just give him a smile and a wave for the time being.
During your time at home and waiting for everything, you were one of a couple Orioles players who's been conditioning with the dog. We saw Brandon Klein was squatting his at one point. Of course, Trey is doing lunges with their puppy. Take us through, I mean, just how you were staying busy during that time.
Yeah, I was pretty much doing one of three things. I was either working out, I was at home cooking and hanging out with my wife, or I was going out on the boat with a couple of my close friends. That was a video of me playing with our dog, Lena. We had Saturdays and Sundays were boat days, and Monday through Friday we would go to the field and train for 6 or 7 hours. So that was one of our off days, and we took the boat out, and we were just having a good time hanging out.
It looked like the dog was just enthused beyond belief that you picked her as your workout partner for that day. So your wife, Samantha, you just mentioned that you were cooking a lot. Who does the bulk of the cooking while you were at home?
If it has anything to do with the main meat or anything that's on the grill, I'll take care of that. I'm not really very good with vegetables. I just kind of eat them plain and dry, but she can make vegetables taste really, really good, so I leave that up to her.
Did you guys experiment trying to cook anything new, or was there anything that stood out to you?
We started doing a lot of different things with the air fryer.
Okay.
So I think that they should make me one of their spokespeople or give me something on the side for all of the people that I've just shoved it down their throat. You got to get an air fryer. You can do so many different things with it. It's really easy to clean up. So we started testing out a lot of different things with that. But pork chops and wings in the air fryer, I think they're just better than the grill. I've tried it a bunch of different ways on both, and I pick the air fryer every time.
Hey guys, if we have air fryer people out there who are watching right now, just keep this in mind. Austin is the next salesman of the year for the air fryer. I love it. Well, when you look at this season and it's 60 games and, you know, people want to have fun with it, so anything can happen. I think for the Orioles, you know, we talked to John Means about it too, is you still look at development at the end of the day and getting better. And certainly for you, you've had your eyes on this season. You know, you were very focused in that off season. You were ready to go for the first spring training. So now how's that mentality grown while we're looking at this restart?
Yeah, I think we have a really young and hungry team just to start. And then all of a sudden, when opening day is right around the corner and we're all chomping at the bit to kind of get out there on the field and prove ourselves at this level, you take that away for another 3 or 4 months, and that just adds to how much more you want to prove yourself and how much more you just want to show everybody what you can do. So I think that it could definitely work out in our favor. This year, there's a lot of young guys that have a lot to prove, and we just want to shock the world.
You've talked about the 2018 season before being a pretty tough one for you. How did that year, though, of challenge prepare you for this year of just weird?
Yeah, 17 and 18 could not have been any more opposite of seasons for me personally. But it if I ever took the game for granted before, I definitely never will again because I understand how quickly it can go away. And even the 2019 season, I only played like 70 games in the minor leagues. So I haven't even played a full season combined with the last 2 years. So just being able to be on the field and actually be healthy on the field and not play with pain and just trying to get through the game or get through the innings. It's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my career, having had to deal with what I did the last 2 years.
Now, you got to start all of this in Florida, I mean, for the most part, and that was your home. That's where you grew up and, made your mark with Jacksonville, the whole nine. How special was that, though, knowing you were drafted by a team from up north, but to still have the beginning where your family could be present? I mean, we've seen the story on your mom and the blown out gloves and giving that up, but to know that you could look up in the stands pretty often and have people around you. I mean, even that spring training here.
Yeah, I had no idea how many Orioles fans were actually in Florida until I got drafted. And a lot of my friends' parents and just acquaintances over the years are huge Orioles fans. And I never would have known that. I grew up either Marlins or Rays. That was just how it always was. I didn't even realize the Orioles were a thing in Florida. And there's just the spring training facility is so awesome. It's beautiful. It's one of the best there is. And it's only a 2.5 to 3 hour drive from my hometown. So a lot of my friends and family make the trip down every spring training and make a weekend out of it because Sarasota and Siesta Key are just so beautiful. So a lot of people just take a little vacation, come down and watch some baseball games. It's awesome.
Now, I've seen there's a little bit of a relationship with the 2020 draft selection and Zach Veen, but the Orioles also pick some more Florida guys. And we know that that's always been a hot spot for talent. But for you to see more of that homegrown generation come up now behind you, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I know we were doing a lot of live BPs and trying to find pitchers in our area that wanted to throw to hitters while we were going through all this COVID stuff, just trying to stay as ready as possible. And that's when we started to realize how many guys there really are from my county and the couple counties that are surrounding that. And it's just, we were very fortunate to have that much talent surrounding all of us that we could find pitchers to come out and compete against us.
And it's a couple days past, but you had the big 2-5, 2 days ago now.
Yeah.
How was that, celebrating up there kind of by yourself?
Yeah, I had a good day at the field, came home, took a 3-hour nap, and then I made a big steak dinner, and I went back to sleep and went to the field the next day, and that was about it.
I'm not really upset about that. That honestly sounds like a great day. The older you get, you're like, a nap is right there.
Yeah, it was actually really cool though because there were still a lot of people shooting fireworks off from the 4th. So the apartment that I'm in, it's actually a really tall building, and just looking out as far as I could see the entire city, you can just see fireworks going off everywhere. It's pretty cool.
You were like, this is Hayes Day. These are my fireworks. Thank you very much for showing up. Well, that's how Baltimore's got your back right now, and I love it. But super fan with Mo, and just how amazing he's been with this team. And he's a kid. You all have his back, but he always surprises us just how well he's got your back. You got to call in to his show. How was that?
Oh, it was awesome. I was listening to about an hour and a half of the show before I got on. I know he was on there for 5 hours. I mean,
A long time.
He was going on there like a crazy man. But it was cool to get to hear that he was really excited to watch me play this season. So I just wanted to call in and say what's up to him and that we admire him for just the spirit that he has. He just brings everybody up with that contagious laugh. So we had a lot of fun, and I know I did. Just like I said, I was sitting in here alone, so it was very entertaining. The Big Mo show.
What for you has been the focus with your family? I mean, we know that your parents were very involved, and obviously it'd be great to have Samantha there with you. But have they really said anything to you as you got ready to pack up and leave again?
Yeah, my mom always gets sad every time I have to leave, just because it is a lot of travel to get up here. She tries to make the trip once, twice a year if we're lucky, but they were excited and sad at the same time. But I think they were a little bit more excited this year, knowing I was going to get a couple more opportunities than I had in the years past.
And what exactly is the story? I feel like this got glossed over a little bit, but she had to fly your passport up to you while preparing for a hurricane. How did that go down?
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. That was my first full season, so I wasn't really sure what was going on or how things were going to happen. I was still trying to learn the ropes, and we were actually preparing for a playoff game in Bowie, and we had the day off, but we had a morning practice. So we practiced in the morning, and my wife was up there with me, and we were going to go to Annapolis and hang out, have lunch, dinner for the day, and just have like a good off day. So I get a call that I have to get over to the stadium in Baltimore, that I'm being called up, and they want me to sign the paperwork by 6 p.m. and it's like 2 o'clock. I got to go get my stuff from the other stadium. So everything happened really, really fast. And then I find out that the first trip that we're making is to Toronto. And I didn't have my passport up there. I'd actually gotten it during the season, so it was at my parents' house. So I'm like, Mom, you can't mail it. Like, you have to bring it here yourself. So, of course, she wanted to come up to see me play and make my debut anyways, which she did get to come up and see, which was awesome. But, yeah, there was a hurricane going on at the time, and it was hectic. It was chaos.
That's the love of a parent right there for you. And I know that them watching you play has just brought them an immense amount of joy. But on the fun side of things, what are some things you can't wait to get back to, even if it's the 2021 season that we're looking at with this game?
I always love going on the road with the team. Traveling with the team, I think, is one of my just favorite things to do. Just builds a camaraderie with all the guys, and I think us not having to wear gloves and wear masks and all of that next season, and just be able to kind of mingle upon ourselves again, I'm looking forward to that.
Getting the brotherhood back. I don't think anybody is going to argue with you on that one, Austin. And again, thank you so much for joining us today. Anything you want to leave the fans with today?
I think they need to get Mo another round of callers coming in.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get you an air fryer deal, and we're gonna get Mo back on the air. That's our task for the week.
Maybe you need to have Mo on here.
I love it. Okay, so Oz, you're hearing it right now. We're gonna get to work on it, and certainly see it's got to be doable. I mean, if he can hold a 5-hour radio show,
he can do 15 minutes. That's nothing for him.
That's awesome. Well, Austin, thank you so much again for joining us. You've actually got baseball to get ready for today, so we're going to go ahead and let you have at that. But again, just have an awesome one, and we can't wait to get back to it.
All right. I appreciate it. Go O's.